I'm the base manager and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included, my friends. Now, today we are going to attempt to get our nuclear reactor started. It is almost ready with just a few things left to do. I will have to do some rearrangements over here because I have placed some machinery in the wrong place. But other than that, this thing is ready to go. Now, we are still waiting on the European to come back with a nice boost to be resupplied, and then we'll send it back over there, not only to finish off this chamber over here, which we have completed and activated last episode, the Quadrocano Tamer, producing us a bunch of good things. We still need to kinda, fix this a little bit. There's still a couple of gases over here, but we also need to gain access to these beautiful resources. There is a bunch of uranium ore over here that we desperately need, and so gaining access to this part of the biome would be very nice indeed. That's kind of the plan for today. Now, if we are able to get that done in relatively quick terms, we will then start focusing on getting into the water world. Yeah, getting into the water world, it would be nice. First, we need to discover the infinite storage glitch that is happening and taking away all of our water. And then we need to start exporting said water over here, because, well, we are kind of a bit in a really bad shape when it comes to water, as you can see. So, yeah, we need to fix it as fast as possible. And would you look at that, the European is right here. Or it should be, because it says a flight status. So, yeah, my friends, let's resupply these rockets, send back, get the radiation chamber going, and then we'll focus our attention to the water world. One thing that we could do to help us out with our water situation would be to create a water tank over here, to do something similar to this. This is for a quick resupply, or in this case, for a quick unload of the rocket, right? We are unloading at 4 rail speed, and then we transfer all of that into like 1 rail speed to save on resources, right? We could do the same for liquids, okay? Let's see, how many outputs do we have for liquids? We could turn one of these inputs into an output, which I think is what I wanted to do initially, to have 3 outputs and 2 inputs, because we are going to have more liquids coming out than liquids going in. And yeah, we redirect like these 3 pipes into a chamber somewhere around here, and I say around here because this is kind of dead space. We have so much automation in here that we can't really build like anything ultra complex, because, it's gonna get automated by accident. So pretty much what we need to do is we need to put like a pump in one of these empty squares, like for example over here. Then go to automation, and as we can see, that is not being automated, so we just need to build like a small storage over here, drop all the water, and then this thing can put it into a pipe that will redirect it downstairs to be filtered and put in its proper place. Like something like this. This should be more than enough. I mean, right now we only have the capability of bringing like 9 tons. That's something like this. Yeah, not a lot. It's just to future-proof, because we are going to have eventually rockets going into the water world almost constantly, getting as much water as we can, and we might be able to get water from other places as well. So we just want to guarantee that we have large enough storage that we never run out of space, because once again, we'll be converting like 3 lines into 1 line, so we need like a quote-unquote a buffer of space. And I think this is, good enough given the current circumstances, and if it is not, we can then just deconstruct it easily. Alright, my friends, so if this area wasn't confusing enough already, it's gonna be just a little bit more. Okay, so we are gonna have 3 outputs, however, we are only gonna use the 2 for water, and this one is gonna be for hot metals, so that we can redirect them over here. These 2 pipes are gonna go through here. In here we'll have to redo this thing a little bit, and then they all come through here and then be deposited over here. So, yeah. Even more piping, we now have 6 pipes over here. If we need to take one from here... Oh, don't do that, base manager. Don't do a stupid. Okay, this is not the smartest of things, but yeah. If we need to drive a pipe from here to here, it's gonna be extremely complicated, especially if I keep doing dumb things like that. And by the way, my friends, if you think the pipe mess would be just reserved for the upstairs, no. Down here in the moisty basement, we need to increase the amount of pipage as well. We need 2 additional filters for the new line. We are gonna take advantage of this line right here, and this is gonna be the line that brings the stuff from the starport all the way down to the water reclamation system. And so that line is gonna go through here. If it is the clean water, is gonna go down. Any other will go here, polluted water, brine, and then, you know, it should only be possible to have salt water remaining in here. So that's what's, you know, is gonna be dropped over here into this third tank over here. So yeah, hopefully this is gonna help us a little bit get a little bit more water. We can start getting salt water from the metallic world over here. We already have plenty, and we even have all of this water that I kind of want to get rid of because it's blocking our path towards the uranium thingy. So I might just get rid of this water first whenever the trucker rocket arrives over here. There we go. With the trucker dupe over here, you can now start doing build. It's gonna steal the plastic from this colony and put it in his own rocket. Yeah, I could see that happen. But after you're done with that, could you please like start building this pipe? I know that the colonization rocket should be here in just a few cycles, but you know, if you could get a few extra things done before they arrive, that would be nice, because I kind of want them to focus on the nuclear environment and getting some extra solar panels as well. But yeah, we're still waiting a little bit. Yeah, just a few extra kilograms and we can go. With everybody aboard, we can now go, right? We can go. Begin launch sequence. Begin launch sequence, I said. We're gonna stop at the orbit so that we can drop a bot to help us out. And yeah, other than that, on the other planet, the other dupe Meep, I believe, is already getting some things done. So yeah, we will not have everything ready, but you know, it's a little bit of help, I suppose. And apparently we have run out of stuff to send. Let's see, we have a good amount of... This we still have. I just cancelled this because I didn't want to fill up my rocket with just that. Over here we have 6 tons of gold and some copper and some other useful things. But that's pretty much it, right? Right. So let's continue sending sedimentary rock, because that is also very useful for us. So yeah, let's fill the rocket with the remaining space with that. Now, my friends, liquids are not the only things that we need. We also need some oxygen. The thing is, I was thinking, and maybe we are just going to utilize this chamber a little bit more. Last episode I told you that maybe we were gonna do a new chamber for oxygenating this and red rockets. But maybe we won't really require it. The only thing we need to do is bypass both of these things, both of these lines, and create a separate line. That can be easily achievable. We just need to build another bridge right in front of the other thingy, right? And then we go like... Ooh. Yeah, well, I'll figure something out. Over here, but yeah, the only thing we need is to bypass both of these things, put them in a pipe, bring that oxygen somewhere around here, and start oxygenating everything in around this place, except, of course, the chamber itself. Yeah, something along these lines, my friends. It's a bit messy, but at this stage of the game, pipes and mass, they are both hand in hand, right? So we're just gonna utilize a little bit of the pipe for the carbon dioxide that we had over here. Since it is already here, it's a little bit less that we need to build, and then just redirect it into its own storage, and from there it just connects to the things already in operation. Once everything has been pressurized, we are going to start activating some of the systems, like for example the cooling and whatnot. Could you guys please build this? It would be really nice if you guys could please build this. Thank you. See, the only thing I need to do is ask. But yeah, once we are oxygenate everything, we'll have an atmosphere, and therefore we can turn on the power. Nothing is going to overheat, especially because we have the supercoolant now operating through here. And getting that rolling would also be nice, because creating steam over here to see if this thing works is a top priority, at least for me. Hopefully this works, because otherwise the fix is gonna be very messy. But well, my friends, while we wait on this, we had other responsibilities, like, for example, exploring space. I think we are done exploring, except for one little corner over there. Yeah, exactly. I think from here we can search everything. So, let's request Camille to come on a last exploration mission, and after that, this rocket is gonna be kinda useless, but we are gonna obviously turn it into something useful. So yeah, last exploration mission. Come on, Camille. We don't have the all time in the world. Come on. There we go. Beautiful. Go, Camille. I think this rocket is loaded, but yeah, even though it doesn't show over there, I'm pretty certain that it is loaded. So, not too worried about that. Bot away, and you can land over here. Let's go. I kind of want to have this built so that I can start extracting some of the water over here. Hopefully that is going to help us a little bit. I kind of want to have access to this thing without flooding it with water and without gaining access to the beta chambers. The idea would be something along these lines. If we could, like, avoid, to the best of our abilities, disturbing the betas for now, it would be for the best. I think we can do it like this. If we go through here, we won't disturb them, and we will gain access to this biome, and then we close this chamber like so. And the betas should be, you know, happy, and we are not going to disturb them and not gonna get stung in the face. Over here we'll have to do something very similar. Now, unfortunately, our guys will have to be exposed to low levels of radiation, but they are already exposed to such levels in space, where, in fact, it's even more, so... It's fine, it's fine. They are not gonna develop like a third arm or anything. Although that would probably be very useful. My friends, we are so close on getting that final steam explosion. This water is at 99 degrees. Like, every time this thing erupts, there is always a steam explosion. But the final one, where everything just explodes into the ginormous cloud of steam, is still, you know, 1 or 2 degrees away. But yeah, soon we should have more than enough pressure to break open the chamber once more and just get rid of all of these nasty gases that we have over here on the top. Like, this little bit of carbon dioxide, there is very little we can do about it. It's gonna be annoying forever, but it's not going to interfere with the chamber itself. Okay, so over here the pipe is built, so we'll have to come over here into the filters and accept the salt water. Yeah, we're just gonna accept salt water. Whenever we get some of these packets of clean water, we might accept it, but I don't want to click on this, because otherwise once we land, we'll try to load and unload at the same time, so... Alright, my friend, so with this almost full, we still need to wait a little bit more on that to become a reality, so let's use Meep dupe power to get a few things rolling, shall we? Now, when it comes to this biome, the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna mine everything that we can, make it drop to the floor, and then we'll have the bots collect it for us. I don't really remember where the Roomba-looking thingies are, but they're around here somewhere. I think we already... I mean, we should have that unlocked. Where are those things? Oh, here it is. Sweepy's dock in utilities. Yeah, we're gonna have like 3 or 4 of these, and they just, you know, go, they collect the stuff, they come back, and then the auto sweeper takes the stuff out of there and brings it in a rail to connect over there. And that way, automatically, we'll come over here. And then we just pick the uranium and put it inside of the truck rocket and bring it into the other colony, of course. Now, these things, the betas, I usually don't deal with them because they're a bit finicky and complicated. But maybe we can get like a liquid lock getting in here so that we don't disrupt their environment, because they need to be really cold and away from carbon dioxide, because otherwise they'll go to sleep. And, you know, we can just come over here, let them mine the uranium that they have available to them, and we steal the uranium, the enriched uranium from them. We just need to put a radioactive thingy over here. Suit names sometimes difficult. A lead suit checkpoint over here to exchange from regular suit to this one, because I think this one protects the dupes from their nasty sting. Now, my friends, over here on this side, we're gonna just do our best to improve on this thing. We really need that water, so let's just give up on this. Like this system that we have that kind of works, you know, it's the best that we could do at a time, but now we have access to supercoolant. We'll flush these pipes. How? Good question. That's a good question. I'll find a way. I'll flush these pipes out without breaking the chamber, and over here we can then replace these with supercoolant. Yeah, this is gonna be complicated to do this. But, yeah, the main idea would be to replace both of these lines with supercoolant. However, the supercoolant would come straight from a chamber and not from, like, this little thing over here. So I'll break open these things and then I'll connect it from the outside into these things. Yeah, let's do it that way. Yeah, let's start making the steam chamber for the supercoolant. With its own aqua tuner and whatnot, and then we'll do the connections. Something very simple like this, my friends. We just need to put the supercoolant over there, and then we bring the pipes and we connect them over here. We bring this that means we need to rearrange this as well. My god, the spaghetti that I create, like, yeah, it's disgusting, and now I have to deal with it, of course, because obviously. Alright. Don't I have a petroleum pipe over here as well? Like, I need to also take that into consideration, because I don't want to be breaking anything that I shouldn't. Yep, this is gonna be pretty much the end result. We are going to redirect these two pipes to go over here. Then we have this output and input pipe over here. We just bring the output through here, connect it over here. We need to siphon all of this petroleum, but that's easy. And yeah, we just need to find a way to connect this to over here and then take the output through here, or vice versa. We connect the input through here, let it go around, and then over here we connect it to the upstairs, let it go around, and then siphon from the system through here. Pretty simple, nothing out of the ordinary. But well, over here we are done, so let's call in the crew and let's launch the rocket back into our main base. Now, given that we have salt water available, we can start thinking about making the water wheat, because we now have a way to feed it. That might prove useful in the future, but right now I think we have just way too many projects to start thinking about making another. Okay, given that this is kind of an emergent thingy, let's give it some priority, shall we? Enable auto bottling at maximum priority, and over here the same, not super coolant. So yeah, let's fill this chamber with a little bit of water and then some either salt water or brine, whatever we have available to us at the time, just to expel all the gases. We'll close the chamber and put some supercoolant into the system. We just need to finish this part first so that we can build the reservoir over there. And speaking about reservoir, how about you? You have no way of expelling that, you know, that's normal. And you know what, you're gonna have to expel that little bit of water that way. Yeah, pretty much we need to go like this, and over here it's like this. Like I said, my friends, if you find yourself in a messy situation when it comes to pipes, bridges will solve all of your issues. There we go. So over here we want to extract, at least for now, salt water, and salt water over there as well. In here, this one we're gonna reserve for hot stuff like tungsten and other liquid metals that we might get from space. That way we deploy them straight into the steam chamber, and that way they'll get chilled out and ready to be used by our dupes. Okay, my friends, now when it comes to the space, we're done. We're done. Camille can come back, and well, her job is almost obsolete. She's done exploring, she's done researching, yeah. She's not gonna be very happy with the future, but well, it is what it is. Yeah, we already cleaned out the regular water, we already have the brine in there. You know what, we can now deploy the regular water on top of that brine. We don't need a lot over here, we need like an atmosphere of like 30 to 50 kilos, nothing more than that. And so having, like, for example, 20 kilos of brine, that's 20 kilos of steam, and then if we can have like a layer of 50 kilos of water, that's 50 kilos of steam. So yeah, let's exchange from brine into water. Okie dokie, now over here. No power, why? Why? Because that's not built, dum-dum. In any case, over here, we now need to put the supercoolant over there. Okay. And then we need to redirect all of these pipes correctly. I'm just gonna let this last load of brine being done passing through here so that we don't make a mess, and then I'll just redirect the pipes through the existing new ones that we built. And then that's it. We pretty much connect the... we don't even need to build too much. We can just rearrange these things and connect them to the existing ones. Now, when it comes to removing the petroleum, that might be a little bit... not complicated, but we need to pull the petroleum out of there so that we can then have someone extract from the pipes. And yeah, that's gonna require a lot of attention, but you know, it's something that I can just do on the background. And this guy hasn't yet stopped. Oh, okay, finally, Jesus. Here I was trying to just make time for this thing to be done. Yeah. Okay, so this is gonna be very simple, okay, my friends. What we do is we built these two things over here, right? And then this goes this way, which means we disconnect it like so. And then we go like this. We just need to make sure that all the other paths are cancelled, and that means this should flow all the way over here because we built a bridge over here, right? And now we just need to ask someone to come over here and do extract pipe content over there at extreme priority. Okay, I built a pipe over there so that we can remove all the content, but that one over there is done. We disconnect it. We'll use it later, and then now we go like this, and we disconnect like so. Cancel everything, reconnect, and disconnect that. I mean, there is a lot of disconnections and reconnections, but the objective is to have the pipe kind of by itself so that there is no weirdness in the fluid physics. And yeah, there we go. This will allow us to remove everything. One more, please, and perfect. Now we can start thinking about inputting the supercoolant into the system. We don't need a lot, like 1 ton must be all that we need. We just need a clean spot to input the stuff. Like, for example, over here. I'm under the impression that this is not gonna be our last journey over here, my friends. We still have a lot of stuff to mine and build. My objective is to push the ground all the way up so that we have like a unified platform. That way we can have a single sweeper bot go around and collect the stuff, instead of just having like one bot per every single cranny over here, because I don't think they can jump, so... Yeah, and that way we don't waste anything over here, because there is plenty of uranium, and we just use the blocks to push the debris upwards until everything is at the same level. But unfortunately, and as you might imagine, we are starting to run low on oxygen, and that means we'll have to come back again. And that's unfortunate. Now, when it comes to the steam, 25 kilograms of steam, that is very bueno. I like that a lot. So we might start thinking about expelling this little bit of oxygen we have left. It's not a lot. But it's a little bit, and that can block the steam from getting access to the steam turbines. Perfect, there we go. I think that's gonna be it. Oh, there is one final pipe connecting over there, and then we connect this, make sure that we are not gonna override anything. No power, well, that's not a problem. We just go over here and connect it, and then we just need to request a bunch of supercoolant. Like, this should not take a lot, like I said, like I mean, 1 ton is a lot. Maybe 500 kilograms should be all that it takes. I want to have a little bit of a buffer, but nothing extraordinary. Now, for the temperature, we're gonna say, let's say 16 degrees. I want that water to be nice and chilly, so that we don't have to do a lot of thermoregulating in the water reclamation system, right? If you can get it at a nice temperature, it would be for the best. Well, it would appear that I actually ran out of supercoolant, my friends. I have to request more. But well, just a few extra packets and we should be done over here. So yeah, at least when it comes to the water concerns, we're gonna be much better now that this thing is operational. Now, the supercoolant is really potent, my friends. Look at this. We just kickstarted this thing. We don't even have the loop completely filled up with supercoolant, and this is already steam. This thing is very potent. The supercoolant is, I mean, it's redonkulous. Other than a few grams of water, my friends, over here we are done. Look at this, super pressurized. Well, not super, we have 30 kilos of steam. That's not a lot, to be honest. We could use a little bit more, but for now, you know, it's good enough. I don't think anything is gonna break. I was expecting a little bit in the range of like 50 kilograms, but you know, it's still good. Now, we still need to wait for this thing to heat up enough to get to 160 before we see any of the turbines in action. Now, the way I did the piping, thank you, is that I divided the things to be dropped in strategic locations, right? We have like one event per volcano, so that we have always a little bit of water being splashed. And given that this thing is mirrored, all of these things should always be outputting, even if it is just a little bit of water. Okay, my friends, so here's what we are gonna do. We're still a little bit far away from getting those resources, but guess what? We have a little bit over here. It should be more than enough to kickstart the reactor, so let's just collect this uranium so that we can refine it and, yeah, start the reactor itself. Now, I didn't want to start the reactor before we had this thing done, because here's the thing. Whenever we start a reactor, under any circumstances, do we stop providing water to it? Otherwise, very, very bad things are gonna happen. What we are gonna do is we're gonna siphon water from this system and we're gonna put it, well, providing it directly into the pipe. However, I'm gonna create a reserve first before we do that. Just in case this line cannot provide the water that we need, we'll have a little bit of a reserve over here. And whenever we are done with the balancing and activation of the reactor, we put this water back into circulation. Yeah, it is of the utmost importance that we do not skip any delivery of water to the reactor. Otherwise, like I said, extremely bad things are going to happen to us. Okay, so we have the uranium available to us. Let's remove it. I already have requested the dupes to deliver it over here. Once they have delivered it, and once we have a little bit more oxygen over here as well, we can kickstart this thing. I probably need to deconstruct this so that the dupes can reach. So many juggling, but well, we are almost there, my friends, almost there. Alright, we have some oxygen over here, so it's time to turn on the power, my friends. Here we go. Let's turn on the power on most things, most of them, not everything. Like, for example, these things, the red ball generators. They don't need to be turned on just yet. Okay? Yeah, it's this line over here. There we go. The rest we can activate. But yeah, red ball generators, not so much. Well, apparently there was one thing that I forgot, my friends. The exhaust pipe for the radioactive stuff. Right now we're just gonna output it into space and get rid of it. In the future we're gonna put it inside of a tank to absorb the heat from the rocket's exhaust and to absorb radiation as well. And then we can collect a few extra red bolts from that if we really need to. I think I deconstructed and reconstructed this corner over here so many times now. It's ridiculous, but well, after that is done, I think we can initiate the process. Yes, we can. We have an exhaust. We are just missing one little bit of tile. Okay. What are you deconstructing? No, it's done. let's do our final checks, because the second we go over here and request enriched uranium, the thing is gonna kick off, because everything is already automated. Right? From here, it should go in the rail over here. It should be picked up, placed over here. Now, this thing, does it have water? It has water coming in straight from there. That tank is full. All the piping seems to be correctly connected except for that one, so that the water doesn't evacuate through there. We don't need more water over here. And another thing. Yeah, this thing is disconnected as well. We want this thing to be disconnected until this is replaced with nuclear waste. Yeah, with nuclear waste. We don't want water being inputted into the pipes, and therefore we have to disable this thing manually, quote unquote, right? These things can be at no power mode, so yeah, I think everything is done, my friends. It is time. It is time. I can't copy? Okay. There we go. This thing picks up the stuff, then the exhaust goes in there, right? All the bridges are correctly done, I suppose. Yep. There it goes, and now, enriched uranium. It's not yet being requested. What is the enriched uranium? The freaking dude picked up the... Oh my god, Gene, why? Look, this thing. What it says over there. Least urgent. Thank you, Genie. That was a very good idea. Now get the hell out of here. Okay, your dupes are not allowed in here. And look, he just beat himself in like... Oh my god. But in any case, over here we need to put manufactured materials, which means those things go over there, and then from there they get picked up and placed inside by this thing, right? There we go, beautiful. Now, the way this thing works is that it's gonna receive the water, right? And the nuclear stuff, and it's going to turn both water and nuclear stuff into very hot stuff. Very hot solid nuclear waste and very hot water, and that's why we have this thing over here, so that no machinery gets broken before you know, the chamber is balanced. Now this is gonna take a little bit of time until it gets rolling. The enriched uranium that we have probably is not gonna be enough, but I already requested some of it to be removed from here, and hopefully it's gonna be placed inside of a rocket, you know, sometime in the near future. Hopefully. Even with several layers of insulation, the radiation is very toasty. It's very powerful, my friends. Jesus. These things are not yet supplied with oxygen. It's taking its sweet time as well. You know, a lot of things take their sweet time when they're empty. But I wasn't expecting for it to take so long. In any case, like, I don't need the suits just yet, because the dupes are not supposed to go pretty much anywhere. In fact, I'm just gonna block them from entering this place. They should only enter to put the uranium over there. Yeah, but if we really need to, we just need to put the checkpoint in either side, and at least we're gonna have a little bit of oxygen for the first suits, so... Oh, hello, I took my eyes from you, beautiful, and you already are producing steam? Okay. So yeah, this starts producing steam rather quickly, and as we can see, the water in the pool is already at 70 degrees, so it shouldn't take too long for this thing to start kicking into action. Yeah, soon we can even start collecting red bolts if we really want to, my friends, because we already have an atmosphere. These things shouldn't like melt, you know. So there we go, we can go like this, bam, power being drawn. We are almost destroying our grid just doing this, but that, holy Jesus, wait, we want to collect the maximum amount of red bolts, please. Look at that, these things are already activating, Jesus. Oh boy. Then that means this is gonna kinda back up a little bit. Yeah, I'll have to do a little bit of pipe management for a while, my friends. Because we want these things to be active, but at the same time, we could build a bridge, like for example over here. And that means that we are only putting water if there is no water in. And yeah, my friends, I want to do this pipe management by hand, because here's the thing, the least amount of water that we input into this chamber, the least amount of water we have to take out of the chamber in order to balance it. That way, these things are already, you know, providing all the water this thing needs. In fact, like the second everything starts working, I'm just gonna connect the pipes where they should be, so that you know, the balancing act can start occurring. Of course, that I need to keep my eyes open. These things need to all be active, otherwise we can't just have these things not being active and then there is no water to be supplied. Like for example, right now, yeah, there is not enough temperatures and therefore there is no water being formed, which means I will have to plug this thing eventually. But I'll keep doing this management for the time being. Alright, we already have 2 tons of uranium and we are starting to need uranium on the other side, so I think I'm just gonna lift off from here. And while one rocket lifts off, the other one touches down, send one more rover please, and then touch down on the planet and continue the sweeping operations that we were doing. The chamber is getting mighty pressurized, my friends. Mighty pressurized, let me tell you. That means that we are gonna be evacuating a lot of water from here. Where is that gonna fall? It's gonna fall over here. It's fine. It's even going to help us, because it's gonna help melt some of these ice and whatnot. It's just that periodically I will have to come over here and cut off the automation to allow some water to fall on top of these machines, otherwise they are gonna, you know, get destroyed. Okay, so we are almost done when it comes to the balancing, well, not balancing, but activating all the generators to have the pipe completely filled up with water. I still have to, like, every so often input a little bit, but I'm also starting to evacuate some of the water out of here. Yeah, I have to kind of monitor this a little bit. Oh, there we go. Now all the things are activated, which is pretty cool. So now the only thing I have to monitor is the temperature of the machines. But as we can see, like the fact that the water splashes on top of everything, it lowers its temperature considerably. And that should allow us to keep the machine without breaking too much. I'm certain something is going to break for like a few seconds. There is always a piece of machinery that no matter how much I pay attention to it, it's gonna break regardless. So, you know, it's just one of those things, trying to avoid a disaster, but a disaster is always unavoidable. Okay, so I think it is time for us to open this. I'm going to open up the checkpoints. I kind of want everybody to, you know, start doing their thing. So we need one over there and one over here, both at maximum priority. Now, given that we are doing some radioactive stuff, I believe it will not be terrible if we could... I think it's this, the apothecary. Yeah. If we could have like one of these, I don't know where I'm gonna put it. I still need to rearrange our piece a little bit better. I still have to pay some attention to this, but regardless of that, I'm just gonna put that, you know what, like, I don't know, like over here. That's good enough. So that we can have a few radioactive tablets or radiation tablets or whatever those things are called to, you know, cleanse any radiation sickness that our dupes might get from operating this thing. Okay, now the dupes have access to suit. Wait a second. One dupe, no suit. Well, it starts. The dupe shenanigans are gonna start, of course. It's been 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Whatever. We shall request a suit like with tremendous urgency so that the dupe can leave. And yeah, now we already have all of these things activated. We could start like making diamond if we really wanted to, but that part is not yet operational. I really want to focus on this. I think that the reactor is stable, not yet balanced, but stable. We are starting to drop some of the pressure. Once we reach 20 kilos, the ports should open and the water should start coming into the chamber, cooling off all the machines. And once that point is reached, the reactor is going to be in balance, and we will not have to worry about it ever again, other than just feeding it uranium over here, or, you know, enriched uranium. But for now, important is to get the automation over here done, so that the red bolt generators can start doing their thing, and we can start producing a bunch of diamond. We will probably also want to do relink to bring the uranium and the refined metal. Not refined metal, refined carbon. Refined carbon over there. Uranium probably is gonna come from here. The refined stuff, I don't know what it is. Okay, we are getting into the dangerous temperatures, as we can see, 260, 250. Now, that's usually the temperature that this thing tends to float at, but I'm pretty certain this one is going to be damaged for a little bit. This one, on the other hand, should stabilize as well. And yeah, the temperature of the chamber usually fluctuates between 230 and 240, but never like over or under, once it gets into that temperature, of course. And yeah, as we can see, we are already producing a bunch of power, and we already have all the red bolts and whatnot, so yeah, it's now just a matter of automating this thing. Damage overheat, liquid shut off, yeah. See, you see? These are the problems that we will have to face until we have this thing stabilized. But yeah, the second the water drops on top of that, the temperature goes immediately down. So yeah, I just need to kind of do this juggling for a little bit longer. We already are at 30 kilograms, so whenever we drop below 20, the balancing is gonna be complete. Okay, first intervention inside of the reactor. I did something less than ideal. I connected the pump to this one because I thought to myself, well, this one is always going to be green. No, it's not. The second this thing rises up, it's going to be red, and this thing is going to stop operating. It was a dumb mistake on my part, but well, Dupe will be able to fix it rather quickly. Okay, the chamber has been stabilized. The pressure over here, it's 19 kilograms, so yeah. And the cool thing is, no machine actually broke. I'm surprised. Now, I kind of forgot to do one tiny little thing. You see, we have built these things. These things have a purpose. It's to make a temperature monitoring system. It's just for, like, the fun of it. I think it's in furniture, maybe. We're gonna pretty much connect these things to pixel packs, and with this we'll be able to monitor the temperature of the chamber. It's nothing fancy, to be honest. It's like, how many do we have over here? Okay, we need 2 additional sensors. Okay, you can do that. And yeah, with this we can pretty much connect to 3 auto ribbons, and these ribbons will connect to 3 different pixel packs, and that way we'll have a way of monitoring the temperature of the chamber. There we go. Bit confusing, it's a bit dumb, but I like it. It's mostly aesthetical, so doesn't hurt anyone. Alright, my friends, now, when it comes to the diamond presses automation, we're gonna have to do things one step at a time. I don't really remember how I did it last time, so yeah, oops. Yeah, 50 bolts sounds right. So my idea is, I don't remember how many. Oh, it's 2,000 red bolts. I thought it was 200. No, okay. Okay, how much? Okay, 100, huh? Well, we're gonna need more, because yeah, the idea was, right, we would send like the 200 red bolts, and then because it's 50 each, and then this thing would turn off, and the red bolts that were in transit would be absorbed by the second diamond press. But if this is gonna be the case, then, well, I mean, sure, we're gonna need more, but yeah, here comes some red bolts. Amari did not get trashed in the face, so the safety system works. Now, the automation is also set up so that should the safety system kick in, these things are gonna stop inputting a red bolt so that we don't waste them against that thing. Yeah, good to know that at least our dupes are safe. Oh boy, here we go again. It's like it's razor thin, the amount of space that they have to walk before they get smashed in the face by a red bolt, but you know what, it works, so I don't care. Well, working in the reactor does have a few side effects, my friends. It does have a few side effects. Now, we requested the apothecary to be built, which is probably built by now, but there is a problem. We don't have a doctor dupe in the colony, so there is no one available to make the medicine in the first place. I mean, they should be okay. If they get really bad, I'll just deny access for a little while and they'll heal by themselves. Yeah, it would be nice if we could get some dupe doctors coming our way, because I think we're gonna need them. Oh, radiation vomiting. That's not cool, Marie. I didn't know you were that seriously injured. And Frankie as well. Okay, tomorrow no one gets inside of the reactor, okay? Tomorrow is a radiation-free day. But well, my friends, in order to give our dupes a bunch of radiation poisoning, we do need radioactive material in the first place. So let's start collecting it slowly but steadily, you know. Oh my god. These dupes are going a bit... Oh boy, don't use steel, please. These dupes are going a bit crazy with the radiation vomiting. They need a little... So just a little bit of rest, you know. Nothing fancy, but it's still annoying because I have to just go around and clean up the mess they leave behind. Alright, just a few days without going into the reactor is everything that we need to keep everybody as healthy as possible. And given that they could not go over there to finish that up, they came over here and finished this up. Now let's just set up the railing correctly. This one comes from here. You are gonna be refined carbon. There we go, beautiful. And then the other one, it's this one. I want to have uranium and refined, enriched uranium, exactly, and regular uranium. And with this refined carbon, we go over here and we make forever, and we make forever. Beautiful, there we go. We're gonna make so much diamond now, it's not gonna be even funny, let me tell you. Wait a second, did I see the recipe correctly? Oh, it's 1,000 red bolts. For a moment I thought 100 red bolts? Really? We can make like 2 tons at a time? No. That would be too good. You can make 200 kilograms per load of 2,000 red bolts. And that's like already too good, I suppose. Oh boy. In any case, the automation should be now like kind of done. So we go like this. And these things should... Holy Jesus. Did you get smacked in the face? You didn't. But yeah, now these things should resupply all the red bolts that we need. And keep these things operational. And now we'll start producing a bunch of diamond. Which means that we can come over here. Diamond is manufactured material. No, miscellaneous. Yeah, there we go. We can now take that diamond, put it over there, right? Eventually a dupe will pick it up and put it inside of the rocket. This one already is resupplied, so we can now go and start mining space again. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, let's start. Let's just go. Let's call in the crew and let's go. Yep. So that means that we can now start opening up the starport a little bit more. Let's make a bunch more rockets, shall we? But well, my friends, we don't want the red bolts only to make diamond. I mean, making diamond is cool, but there is a secondary purpose, is it not? Exactly, making red rockets. Now, you have served us well, but you are no longer necessary, at least for the time being, because now we have something better. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that, and let's get rid of that. I need to make like a few extra platforms to be able to connect. Like we're gonna have like 2 platforms, or maybe just one in the middle, that it's not gonna be populated by any rockets, or if it is, it's not gonna be either for the steam chamber or the nuclear rad pool over here. The exhaust will like just blast straight into the steam turbine, and that's not really good or anything, but you know, certain that if we go like this, it's not going to matter too much. But in any case, we need some space over here to put at least like 4 rad rockets, I would say. Maybe a few more, given that we are going to try and automate most of it. So yeah, if we can get like a bunch of platforms over here, that would be pretty nice. For now I'm just gonna make it like this, but eventually we're going to replace it with a mesh tile made out of tungsten. But well, my friends, when it comes to the rocket side, this one over here, I think we'll have to do some way of having internal oxygen supply, because yeah, there is no other way. None that I can see, at least. Not if we want to have a liquid and a solid for the tungsten and wolframite. So I think that's gonna be it for this rocket. We'll figure out a solution. But how about we build another rocket? Because yeah, now is the stage of the game where we can just go and destroy the entire universe. We are a descendant of humans after all, and therefore it is on our DNA to collect as much stuff as it is possible to our little bodies, right? So this one, let's see, what kind of rocket do we want? We don't have a lot of intermediary stuff that is actually good. We have this one, a radioactive gas cloud. For this one we really just want this. We don't want anything else, so this rocket can be just a regular solid rocket. But yeah, like otherwise we really don't have nothing extraordinary, to be honest. When it comes to metals, of course. Like we have this one. It's kinda you know, it's okay, but I would like to have more like this, and we don't, so... yeah, now we could also go for the oil, right? Just a liquid one? Maybe not a terrible idea, right? We send like a liquid rocket and we just collect crude oil, and that way that would not cost us water, which is something that right now is a problem. We know that, right? But that would also mean that we need the pipe oh my god, really, we need a pipe that comes all the way from here, downstairs. It's a bit ridiculous, to be honest. I don't know. To be honest, I'm just gonna build a bunch of booster stages, and whenever we have a rocket that we desire, we just need to build it. The booster is already done, and you know, the automation and the piping and whatnot. That way it's gonna be done. When it comes to the radioactive rockets, well, there's no time like today, right? Let's get 2 built for now, because I don't have more steel, so that we can start figuring out where we are gonna put most of the things, like the reflectors and whatnot. Now, my friends, over here we have run into a small issue. You see, because the water is being dropped over here, it's not immediately turned into steam, and it kind of sticks and blocks the steam from flowing flooding the entire chamber. That means this thing is not operating at full capacity, which means this thing is toasty. super toasty. That's not good. Now, for now we're just gonna deconstruct this one. It's not gonna be a problem, you know. We're just gonna add 1 extra tile of space to increase the efficiency of the steam turbine, and see if that yields any results. If it doesn't, well, once we are done inside of the chamber, I can just block it off and open up these a little bit more. I really would rather not to, but if it must be, it must be, right? Especially because we have like a ridiculous amount of steam inside of this chamber. Look at that, almost 1,000 kilos from time to time. That's a bit ridiculous. Is all the research done? Nope, we still have one thing missing, but after this research is done, my friends, all the research is gonna be done for good. Now, over here, this thing is for now deactivated, but it should help out a little bit more. Yeah, the steam turbine is now working at a lot more efficiency. So even though we're gonna get this debris over here forever, which is gonna be annoying, well, I think this thing can now operate without any issues. Now, my friends, one system that I can't forget to activate is the waste circulation system. This is gonna make sure that the temperature over here is equal to the one over here, and it's just another means of equalizing the temperature is inside of the chamber. It's really important, but the first time we activate this, we must be careful. We can't allow the liquid pump to absorb water coming from these liquid vents, and in order to achieve that, we must guarantee that we always have nuclear waste in this tile over here. That way the water touches the nuclear waste. Ah, okay, I get it. Because I'm inputting the thing over here, we are increasing the pressure, which in turn led to the chamber closing off. Okay. But yeah, we just need to make sure that we always have some nuclear waste over here. That way the water touches this thing and it immediately turns the water back into steam. Okay, so over here we also have most of the biome destroyed. All the uranium is on the floor now. We do have a small issue. You see, I wish we could tell the bot not to clean up fluids, but they do like to clean up fluids from time to time. And then this happens. Yeah, very interesting, I know. But yeah, they will pick up like carbon dioxide, which is gonna make them a frozen block, and then Adobe needs to come over here and dig them out. Unfortunate, but well, it is what it is. For now, we still have plenty of garbage, and the other Meep, whenever he comes into here, he can unfrost the bot, and you know, it's not perfect, not a perfect solution, but at least passively we are transporting the resources from the bottom of the map over here, and from here it sends them straight into a rocket. I'm also putting the liquefables over here. Doesn't really matter what it is, if it is like polluted water, salt water or whatever, we're just putting them over there so that we have a place to store them. And yeah, this transferring of materials has had a interesting side effect. Look at the temperature. Now, my friends, as interesting as this might be, there is other things that we must do. Like, for example, we now have a new cockpit to start the... Oh, hello, you're already here. Nice. We have this cockpit over here to start building. Like I said, we need the oxygen storage inside, which is gonna limit us quite a lot. But yeah, now we no longer need the dupes to deliver the stuff over here, because, you know, we have the rails, so the dupes should not worry themselves with such menial task. There is plenty of other things to do around the colony, but yeah. Now I'm just gonna take a little bit of time, my friends, to find a way to conciliate such a large thing inside of a cockpit. I mean, we only need one dupe over here, so maybe it's not gonna be that difficult. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not perfect, I admit, but well, it is what it is, right? We have gas storage. These dupe won't be able to fabricate databanks, but guess what? Research is done. We no longer need databanks anyway, so we can use that space to make this mass stable. Unfortunately, that means that this dupe won't have access to mass all while he is, you know, in this rocket, which is less 2 points of morale. But well, I'm pretty certain this dupe is not gonna care. Yeah, this is what we don't want to happen, is us inputting the water over here. We need to remove that now, and now I need to take water from there, but that means I'm gonna take water from this one as well. You know what, that's probably for the best. We need to redo this rocket anyway, so you know what, we can take that water out of there as well. Sure. Okay, my friends, so now I'm focusing a little bit more over here on our starport, and I was thinking, what could we do with this rocket over here? We no longer need it for exploration purposes. Camille should focus ourselves on making research and whatnot. Of course you are, obviously. But she can continue collecting databanks for the research thingy that we are doing right now. It does require a nice amount. Oh, okay. Okay, we don't need no more databanks. Yeah, sure. But in any case, I was thinking this one could be used for transportation, right? The only thing we need to do is we deconstruct this and these two solar panels, and we can put one big boy like a cargo bay. Yeah, this is what we are gonna do, at least for now, for this one. This is not as efficient as this one, because in this one we clearly have far more modules that we can transport, but hey, it's something. And eventually we're gonna need that rocket to transport stuff all the way over here to this one or to that one. So, you know, we can already have it ready and operating. While this one unloads, this one can go into the metal world and load itself with more sedimentary rock or other things that we might find useful. Circuit overloaded. Yep, it is that time of the year. Well, that's not cool, my friends. That's really not cool. Like, I don't have the resources just yet to start replacing the entire power grid. Like, our power grid is ginormous. We need to replace like all of this that it's turning yellow and red. All of it needs to be replaced. Okay. Well, I mean, there's no day like today. We do have a bunch of gold. Let's use all the copper that we have. Once all the copper has been expanded, we, well, I don't know. Let's just use the copper for now, and then we'll see. Because we do... I already used all the copper. Because we do need the gold to make other things. So, don't want to go around and spend it all on just wiring, you know. Oh, wow. What the hell is going on? Where is this water coming from? I don't get it. I don't understand. Are we like glitching something over here and more water is spawning than it should? Because, yeah, this thing, look at this. This is ridiculous. This planet is crazy. Everything is crazy. I don't even know. Oh, well, it's whatever. Yeah, my friends, like, from here we already were able to take a little bit of the stuff that we needed, such as the uranium and whatnot. But I'm really eager to get our new mining rockets going so that we can start exploring not only the stuff over here, which is the next rocket that we have available, but this one over here as well. Because from here maybe we can get 1.6 tons of uranium every time we go there, and or maybe even a little bit more. Because I don't know if it's like... if we only collect uranium, which is solid, right? After we go past the 18% worth of total mass, will it allow us to continue mining? Or will it just go back because, you know, there is still 64% worth of total mass in carbon dioxide and 18% worth in chlorine? Or, you know, if this is just the percentages of yields that we get from here, and we can mine the 9 tons worth of uranium. I think it is the first the first scenario that I said. The rocket will turn back once it collects 18% of 9.1 tons of uranium. But one can always hope that we get the full load worth of uranium. That would be pretty cool. And well, my friends, I was so entertained I didn't even notice that this was the end of the episode. Yeah, look at that. I love when I'm so focused that I don't even notice on such details. But yeah, my friends, like in this episode we managed to get the radiator, Jesus. The radioactive thingy rolling. Our nuclear power plant is now operational. We have the capability of producing an almost infinite amount of diamond, which is nice. We are now on the process of starting to build the radioactive rockets. That's something that is going to take some time yet. Not only that, we are also in the process of upgrading our fleet with a bunch of mining rockets. We were waiting on that diamond. Now that we have it, we are going to clear the map of everything that it is worth. Not only that, given that we already have done most of the work over here, I mean, we are not gonna bring the colonizer to... What is that? Nuclear waste? Okay. Whatever. Given that we no longer need to do anything in here in particular, rather than just other than just mining, next episode we're gonna send our colonizer dupes over here to start dropping bots to make platforms and whatever that it needs to be built, because we really need to start thinking about coming over here. And so yeah, that would probably be for the best. But now, my friends, with all of that said, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and that you are enjoying the series so far. If you are, please consider subscribing and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye.